Good morning. Welcome to Centers for Spiritual Living Eugene. My name is Kathy Day, and I'm a practitioner here at the center, and I will be leading this morning's meditation. So please join with me. And taking a deep breath in. Breathing in the love that is around us always, but we don't always notice. Breathing in that love. Letting it flow into our lungs, out to every corner of our body. Breathing in the love. And letting go. Take this time to relax your face and your head. Relax your neck and your shoulders. Breathing in the love and sending it into your back and your belly as you relax. Into your hips and thighs, your knees and calves, your ankles, and breathe that love all the way down into every single toe, every single tendon of your foot. Breathe in the love and send it down your arms, through your elbows and forearms, your wrists, and send that love all the way down to your fingertips. Breathe in love. Breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. We give thanks for the beauty of nature, for the sprouting of each new flower. In each expression of nature, there is a lesson for us. In the ease and flow of the water, in the growing of each blade of grass, the same divine intelligence that moves through these things moves through us as well. The divine intelligence is within each and every cell of our bodies, within each and every atom that makes up every cell of our body. The intelligence to know how to repair a wound, how to fix a broken bone, how to breathe, how to think. Our brains and our bodies are perfect miracles of nature. We give thanks for the lessons of nature. We give thanks to those who work with us in maintaining our health and our well-being. We give thanks for all the pieces and parts of our body that work without a thought from us to circulate, to release what no longer serves. There's a lesson in that too. We breathe in the love and we breathe out the gratitude. Gratitude for a simple moment of peace. gratitude for all the different expressions of joy. The quiet, peaceful, contented joy. The exuberant, expansive, explosive joy. Breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. As the new chicks are growing within their confines of their eggshells, we are within the confines of our idea of what and who we are. But there comes a time in the growth of the chick, there comes a time in our growth where the old container can no longer contain us. We must crack and open to our expanding nature, to our growth, to our greater expression of life. And just as the baby chick does, it grows, releases its shell, and continues to propagate life. We grow and expand and propagate life and love and peace and power and beauty and joy in the great ways, in the small ways. Breathe in love. Breathe out gratitude. Breathe in love and breathe out gratitude for the lessons of the trees as they move through their seasons. We too move through our seasons, through the dormancy of winter, through the new growth and expression of spring, to the collecting of the warmth and the sunshine in the summer, to releasing the old leaves in the fall. All those things that no longer serve us, that we can release easily and effortlessly, like the tree releases a leaf and it floats gently down to the ground to become fuel and food for new growth. The tree does not fret. The fruit tree does not cling to its leaves. It releases them easily and effortlessly. And it can be that way for us. Breathe in love, like the tree breathes in carbon dioxide and breathes out oxygen. The oxygen that we require. And when we breathe out the carbon dioxide that the trees breathe in. It is a perfect system of circulation and flow. Each organism being served. Each organism flourishing. Regardless of what our experience has been up until this moment, our thoughts of peace and power and beauty. Plant the seeds for our new moments of life. Our weeding out the fears and the worries allows our good thoughts to grow and flourish. We set our sights to see greater harmony, greater peace, greater freedom to be our authentic selves, greater permission to be vulnerable. We breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. Gratitude for the support that we have, the support of the chair beneath us, of the floor under our feet. Gratitude for a heater that keeps us warm and cozy, and the roof that keeps the rain from our heads. Each and every one of these things is a gift, often taken for granted. But in this moment of gratitude, we are seeing everything with new eyes. To be grateful for windows and doors, to be grateful for space, to be grateful for our vehicles and the roads that allow us to get safely from one point to another, for road signs that tell us where we are and where we need to go. Each and every one a gift. For all the scientists and discoverers and thinkers who are creating the next generation of things that make our life easier, of things that make our life safer and more fulfilling, of things that save us time and labor so that we have greater time to focus on ourselves, our enrichment, cultivating our joy. All these things, all the things that were ever invented, all the greater ideas of what our society could be. We look for evidence of joyful change, easy change, letting go of any idea that change must be hard. Like a small child who gets a greater idea of how the world works, they immediately leap into that new idea, leap into that changed perspective. So we know by their example that it's possible to do it easily and effortlessly as we arrive at a greater idea, to jump with joy into the expanded idea and allow it to permeate our existence. Allow it to radiate from us into the world around us. Plant new seeds of love, of peace, of harmony. I'd like to call you back from wherever you are, to be here now, to wiggle your fingers, your toes, to be here in this present moment. Thank you for being here this morning.
my perfect height. It's like my magic. Are you guys feeling awkward? All right, fine. My name is Radiant, and this is
Alice.
And we are grateful members of your Join Out song leading team. If you are willing and able, please rise and sing a couple songs with us. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om. 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 Peace inside my mind, God and only God is moving me. Peace inside my mind, God and only God I live to see. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om. 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 Peace inside my heart, God and only God is moving me. Peace inside my heart, God and only God I live to see. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om. 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 And now if you'll greet your neighbor. And if you're at home, send the letter later. Think about sending that letter. Think about sending your love out to the world, to where it's needed most. And know that all of the love that you need is coming right back at you, multiplied and undivided.
Yay!
And now if you'll return to your seats, we'll sing our second song. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know you are. Be still and know that you are God. Turn to your neighbor, tell them that they are God.
Be still and know that
You are. Be still and know that you are God. Be still and know we are God. Together we are God. Be still and know that we are God. Be still and know that we are. Be still and know that we are God. Be still and know. I forgot to say earlier with the first song, if you didn't know, Shanti means inner peace, and it's all about finding that inner peace within you that we already have. And if you have any devices, please silence them now, and thank you for coming to celebrate this beautiful Sunday service with us.
Good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing today? Fabulous. My name is Danu. I am a practitioner student here, and I'm very happy to see you all. Thank you to everyone joining us in person and to everyone joining us remotely. Thank you for being here. So if it is your first time here, we have a sheet in the lobby that you can fill out, get signed up for our newsletter, and stay in contact with us and find out about service opportunities, classes, gatherings we have going on. And here at this center, we know that spiritually empowered people live richer, fuller lives. So we use the principles of science of mind to inspire minds, open hearts, and empower lives. And I'm going to share with you now a piece of our global vision. We envision all people, all beings, and all life as expressions of God. And I'd like to welcome up our practitioner of the day, Kathy Day. And also thank you to Reverend Trish Mackey for holding high watch for us. And we've got another song for you.
We are one, we are one. I am you, you are me, we are one. And in this unity, we all live in harmony, and peace has come. For we are one. We are one. We are one. I am you, you are me, we are one. And in this unity, we all live in harmony, and peace has come. For we are one.
Good morning and welcome. I'm our practitioner today, and I will be setting the tone for this service in opening to a wonderful service, a great expression of vibrant life and love. So please join with me in knowing that there is only one life, one power, one presence that is expressing in, as, and through all creation. It is our life, our substance, and our form. And I know that I am always guided in ways that bring me to my highest good. So I open this morning, I open my mind and my heart to receive this morning's message, to receive this morning's experience of music and connection. I open and know that whatever I require is being prepared and served to me in a way that I understand. I receive. I am grateful. I let go. And so it is.
And now I'm going to share with you our affirmation for the month of April. I will read it once aloud, and then if you choose, you can read it aloud with me a second time. Because I am willing to step into the power and possibility that vulnerability brings, I create expanded space to live and grow. As I bring my unique expression to life, I make safe space for others to do the same. And now if you'd like to read it with me. Because I am willing to step into the power and possibility that vulnerability brings, I create expanded space to live and grow. As I bring my unique expression to life, I make safe space for others to do the same. Beautiful, thank you. And our theme this month for the month of April is the power of vulnerability. Our talk today will be delivered by our beloved Reverend Linda Finley, that is. And our, we got a couple Reverend Lindas now. And our talk title today is Vulnerability, Defining and Aligning. And before our talk, we have our wonderful musical guests, Mike and Carlene McCormick.
Well, one of the attachments to vulnerability is understanding that things have consequences. And even though this next song is a song about relationships, it's also a song about understanding that there are consequences, and sometimes you have to accept that along with having the power to make a decision, you have the responsibility to accept consequences.
I got your invitation. I recognize the hand. Next month at the Whitestone Church, I could even bring a friend. I'm driving now down 89. Your memory chasing me far behind. If this highway traveled back through time and the years roll back like exit signs, I'd race across the great divide as the memories reawaken, and I'd meet you on the other side down the road, not taken. Once we walked a dirt road, a river running by. Autumn leaves were falling like my dreams, they filled the sky. I laughed as you kicked off your shoes. I never dreamed that I'd lose you. If this highway traveled back through time and the years roll back like exit signs, I'd race across the great divide before the morning's breaking, and we go walking side by side down the road, not taken. Don't know where I lost that road or where it all went wrong, but who's to say that road was mine to travel on? I turned around on 89 and headed home again. Posted off a short reply. I said, all the best, my friend, and all the rest I keep inside, 'cause life is only a one-way ride. If this highway traveled back through time and the years roll back like exit signs, I'd race across the great divide where love was left
forsaken, but there's no way back, no second try down the road not taken.
And I can see you wave goodbye down the road not taken. Thank you.
If you're new with us, we're going to go into a short meditation, and I hope that you will feel safe to just try. So we'll sing this song, and then we'll have the short meditation. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to.
Opening.
I let go. And I let God be God right now. I let Spirit define me. I let love express through me. I let the good that I know is possible become real. In this now moment, I'm given an opportunity to simply be, to release the past, to let go of the future, and to be here, safe, loved, nurtured by the infinite presence that passes through every single individual here and expresses through each and every one. We are one. And so I breathe. With gratitude for the grace, for the peace, and the joy that moves through my heart, I let go and allow my life to be made richer by the truth of my soul. And I let it be so. And so it is. Thank you for being here at our Sunday gathering. And I want to thank, I'm pretty sure it was Jan who's still, she's looking for somebody to take over at the altar, but I just want to honor our beautiful little Easter bunny and the exquisite bouquet of flowers. With the art major in me loves the juxtaposition of the yellow and the purple, the oppositional things coming together to create great beauty. There's a metaphor in all of this, so let's opposites do create wonderful experiences. They are not necessarily enemies. Let's just all remember that. This year our theme is living out loud. And what that means for us, what we're asking to express through that, is that we all have the courage, we all have the passion, we all have the ability to be who we are. To, as we said last month, let go of the masks, let go of the bushels that hide our light, let go of the masks that hide who we are, and allow who we are to express so fully and beautifully into the world that people are moved and want to know what it is. You know, like I said, the Harry met Sally moment, I'll have what she's having kind of thing. We want to live as who we are without apology. And this month, we, as Danu mentioned, we are doing the power of vulnerability. And Brene Brown has done so much over the last few years to really bring vulnerability out as a core strength, not a simpering weakness. That to be vulnerable is to really be strong. To be vulnerable is to really allow who we are to be expressed. And this week, the talk, the opening message that we're offering you for food for thought is defining what vulnerability is to you and aligning with that definition. We can think about things up here in the frontal lobe all we want to. We can get logical, we can play mental games, we can get really, really smart and good, and we can explain it. But if we're not living it, if we're not aligned with it, then it's just so much air and it's just another mask that we're wearing. So what would it take for me to be vulnerable? What does vulnerability mean to me? And then how do I express that? How do I step into that? How do I be that? And this is what we're looking at today. The bottom line with us is we are basically hardwired to be connected. There are things that go on with us. And the vagus nerve that moves up from the bottom of the spine all the way through the brain is designed to come alive when we are so connected with others that we feel the oneness of all things, that the bright yellow and the purple can realize that they are one together. They are the same beauty being expressed in different aspects. The original in the Torah, in the Old Testament, in the Pentateuch, the first 5 books of the Old Testament is the Torah. And in Genesis, when it was assembled, this was all oral history. And there were stories of creation and how did we come here to be. And it is intriguing that when they assembled it, they assembled the newer story as the first chapter of Genesis, and the more ancient, like 500-year older, as near as they know, story as the second chapter of Genesis. So there's actually 2 back-to-back stories of creation, one that is newer and one that is older. And in the newer one, God takes 7 days to create the world, and every day it does something, says, it's good. And they did this, and it was good. And they did this, and it was good. Good, it was good, it was good. So we're on a roll here with this thing, right? You know, let's think this is a good thing, apparently. Okay, and then we go to the second chapter, and God created the human, and it was not good for the human to be alone. When you've got that many goods in a row, and then you've got a not good that pops up, this is a lesson in metaphor and allegory. You need to pay attention here. This is important. And that's kind of the crux of everything. It is not good for the human to be alone. They use it as why there's a woman and a man, why there's Adam and Eve, although in the metaphor, Adama means earth and soil and life, and Eve means spirit. So it's the whole construct that body and soul are needed, but we need each other as well. We need to be. And then we go into the story of my brother's keeper and all of that, and it's the whole idea. If we would just stop with the details and get the spirit of the story is we need each other. We need to be part of something more than just ourselves. We require companionship. We require a tribe. We require a community. We require a city. We require whatever that might be, a small group. That's the way we're made. And that's why I think for many of us, the COVID experience was so traumatizing, is we went for months unable to connect with people. You know, and I would come down here every Sunday, and God bless Kevin, he would get the mic stand up here and put the phone on it, and I would talk to the telephone. But you know, I'm so used to talking with people, because you feed me. And so talking to the phone, it was a challenge. And the funny thing is, I got so used to talking to the phone that when we started letting people back, I'm like, oh my God, there's people here. Now what do I do? But the thing is, we need each other. We're hungry for that. And we make compensatory things. We do Zoom meetings. We do stuff like, we do all this stuff. But there's nothing like being with people, like being able to give and receive a hug, being able to say, hello, it's good to see you, to look in someone's eyes and say, hi, how are you? That's magic. And that's how we're wired. We need to have something larger than us. We need to recognize that we're not in this alone, and that there's more to us than meets the eye. So we spent all of last month talking about opening to our authentic selves, our real selves, the ability to awaken to who I really am. And when I awaken to who I am, as opposed to what my story is, but who I am, that's when I come into this infinite potential that is the basis of our teaching that Danu read earlier this morning, the first statement of our global vision. We envision all beings, all people, and all life as expressions of God, of Spirit, of the One. We envision everybody. We see everyone. We know everyone. We know, yeah, even them. We're all part of the one life. I am part of the life of that flower. I am part of the life of that molded Easter bunny and whoever made it. I am part of the life of the chairs that I sit in. I am part of all these things because I am here, alive, now, incarnate. And this is true for each of us. And when we awaken to that, we finally grok the idea that there's an infinite capacity within us to become whatever it is we choose to be. And the sad thing is, oftentimes what we focus on is what we're afraid of, not what we desire. What we focus on is the worst case scenario rather than the best possible outcome. And what we focus on with clarity and with passion becomes our prayer. So if I'm really, I mean, I've told this story before. I worked at an employment agency years and years ago, and I would ask people, so what's your perfect job? What would be the perfect job for you? I'd like it. They'd like me. The money'd be okay. They had no vision. But if I asked them about the job from hell, oh my God, the detail that they could go into. They could explain to me all the ways that it could be awful. They had clarity and passion about what they hated, but not about what they loved. This is your call to get clarity and passion about what your greatest dreams are, not your greatest nightmares. This is your call to be vulnerable enough to go into those inner spaces, to look at what it is that I really want. Years ago, after my divorce, back in 1986, jeez. And that, at that point, was half my life, so that's what's even scarier. I wasn't 22 then, you know. I used to wander around my apartment trying to figure out what it is I wanted. I had no real sense of, do I like this because my grandparents wanted me to like it, or my husband wanted me to like it, or my mom wanted me to like it, or I was told I was good at it so I should like it? Or do I like it because I like it? Am I doing this because it's something that really speaks to me? I had never done a deep soul search like that till I was 35 years old. And I finally went, oh, you know, I need to look at what are the things in here that I really like, and what are the things that I could let go of and stop trying to get an A on my report card for. So this is what vulnerability, defining our vulnerability, being authentic, is asking us to go within to discover what it is that the I that I am really loves, really wants, really is fed by. Authenticity is discovering and being who we really are, while vulnerability is being strong enough to share that with others. We find who we really are, and then we have to become vulnerable enough to share it with others. And I will quote the amazing Brené Brown on her definition of vulnerability. a state of emotional exposure that comes with a certain degree of uncertainty. Well, right there, we're all going, I want to know what's going on here. I got to have an answer. I have to be certain. No, we have to be willing to be uncertain. It involves a person's willingness to accept the emotional risk that comes from being open and willing to love and be loved. The emotional risk that comes from being open and willing to love and be loved. To be vulnerable is to explore the depths of ourselves and others, even when we're unsure of what we might uncover. You ever roll over a log and look at all the creepy crawlies on the bottom side of it and all the little life forms that are going, there's sunlight, what is this? You know, you've just destroyed somebody's home there. But I think all of us are sort of afraid if we go within, that's what we're going to find. There's going to be creepy crawlies in there that we don't want to deal with, that we don't want to look at, that we don't want to touch for darn sure. And that's not the truth. Those little creepy crawlies are life too, and they have partners, and they create new life within and amongst them, and they are part of the whole cycle of making sure that we all work together, and that log deteriorates and becomes soil to feed the trees that are around it. Everything has a role, everything has a place, and everything within us is really worthy of being there and needs to be there. And we need to be open to it and not afraid of it. The anticipation is often way times worse than the actual experience of it. I don't know how many of you have dreaded doing something, and then you do it, and it's like, well, that was a piece of cake. You know, why was I so worried? I spent months worrying about it, and in 2 minutes it was over, and it was wonderful. You know, so we need to stop thinking that everything is going to be that awful, awful way. And last week, Kathy Day spoke about how boundaries can build bridges. When I set boundaries and I say, you know, what you said just hurt me, and I know there's a place in me that needs to deal with this, but I need to be aware to let you know that that's not appropriate behavior. That's one of the reasons that my divorce happened, was when I met my husband when I was 18, and we were married at 21. I was so excited to be in a partnership and be in a relationship and getting married and being together. I let certain things be that as I grew, that didn't appeal to me anymore, but I didn't know how to have the difficult conversation of saying that doesn't work anymore. I told him how to treat me, and then I got angry when he treated me that way. You know, we have to look at the conversation, the boundaries we need to set. Well, we also need to have boundaries with ourselves. If I have decided that I am going to be vulnerable now, that this is what I need to be, is be open and vulnerable, I cannot just regurgitate every word that pops into my head. I cannot just keep saying things over and over and over and over until I become ad nauseum story. I had a friend who was kind of like that. She would share stuff I had no desire to know, no business knowing, did not want to know, did not need to know. And whenever I would run into her, it was like every 10 minutes I would go to the bathroom. I didn't have to go to the bathroom, but I needed a break because I didn't have the nerve to say, shut up, stop talking. I don't need to know this. So I want us to look at the whole idea of this is laying a foundation for vulnerability here. We need to be willing to be open. We need to open up, but we need to be open and wise. We need to be in alignment with who we authentically are. We need to remember that some of the things we say might be painful to others, so we need to say them in the most loving way we can. It's easy to say hard truths angrily, but it takes skill to say hard truths lovingly. And we need to figure out how to evolve and develop that skill. That this is not making me happy, and we need to come up with a way to make it better together. Find ways like that. Our being open, authentic, and vulnerable, I think this is the most important part, invites others to do the same. Have you ever noticed that when somebody tells a story that's really kind of touching and deep, you're moved to share something touching and deep with them? You know, when somebody has the nerve to get up and start dancing to the music, then other people will get up and start dancing to the music. Our being authentic and vulnerable gives the people around us in our tribe, in our group, or outside the courage to do it as well. And I think that's a much better way for us to live our lives, in that openness. This is by someone by the name of Cory Muscara. I have no idea who they are. My friend Lisa Holcomb posted it on her Facebook page yesterday, and I went, oh, I love it how Facebook gives me almost half my talks on Sundays. It's just like, oh, this and that. There is good stuff out there in the midst of all the bilge. If you want to build a great life, slow down. Anyone can caffeinate and push hard towards their next goal, but that's not sustainable. Long-term energy comes from alignment. So the ability to be vulnerable comes from being aligned with your vulnerability. And alignment requires feeling the subtle difference between energy created from anxiety and energy created from inspiration. Am I going to be listening to the energy created by my anxieties? Or am I going to be listening to the energy created by my inspiration, by things that move me, by things that lift me up and make me feel alive and wondrous? Authenticity and vulnerability work together. If I can be vulnerable, but I can be vulnerable about things that don't matter to me. I'm not really being vulnerable. I have to come from my authentic truth of self here. And it's an interesting dance that we do because our authentic self and our stories are all kind of jumbled up together. And until we realize that our stories need to be released, until we can prove that they're actually true, as Byron Katie would say, who am I without the stories? Who am I without the excuses, without the rationalizations? We're all adults here, okay. I said, I read a thing one time that said rationalizations are more important than sex. Have you ever known anyone to go 6 months without rationalization? Takes you a while to get it, I know. I'm reading several books. I am addicted to book reading, and one of the books I'm reading is by a fellow by the name of Dacher Keltner, who is a professor in Berkeley who is doing studies on positive emotions and how they affect our lives. And he's written a beautiful book called Awe, and how awe works in our lives. And he talked about one of the experiences of awe is chills. You know, when the hair, the hair on your arms or back of your neck stands up, you get this, that's just, fabulous. What that literally is, it's tied to our body. It is a bodily response to an emotional feeling. And it is our recognition that we are connected to something primary, something good, and something larger than the self. So we go back to the whole idea. We were created to be connected. We were created to be with one another. And the way to be with one another is to be authentic and real with one another, to share, to be vulnerable with one another. Animals know this. An animal that rolls over on its back is saying, hey, I'm okay with you. I trust you. I'm not going to pounce on you. I'll give you my belly to rub. They know that. They do that. This is what we have to do. I don't literally want you rolling on, letting people rub your belly. I'm not suggesting you try that. But I am suggesting that you try, wow, I feel weird right now. I don't know what it is. I don't know what my emotion is. Share that with somebody. Don't think, oh man, I've got it. Poker face, be fine. Everything's good now. I'm okay. Fine, everything's fine. We have to be willing to let these things out and express them and open them up. Authenticity creates meaningful connection as a result of our being vulnerable with each other. When we combine our authenticity and our vulnerability, we create meaningful connection, which creates safe space for us to grow. The moment I am vulnerable with you, the space between us grows bigger, not smaller. We both have room to grow in that space. We both have room to expand in that space. We both have room to be more in that space. And that's my dream for this community. That's my dream for who we are, our 50+3 new beginning. Yes, we've got a fabulous foundation of 50 years, but that's not our future. That's not our ceiling or our walls. That's our foundation. And we're right now building the next iteration of what that is, and we do that by being open in community and vulnerable with one another so that we can expand the safe space for all of us to grow. This is who we are. This is why we're here. I want to close with a quote by Alan Watts, who was just a brilliant philosopher and thought person. And the art of living is neither ceaseless drifting on the one hand, nor fearful clinging to the past on the other. The art of living consists in being sensitive to each moment, in regarding it as utterly new and unique, in having the mind open and wholly receptive. Each moment is new and unique, and when my mind is open and wholly receptive, I can see the possibilities that I couldn't see before. Our lives are rich and full even when we don't awaken to that. On the days when I think I'm having a tough time, and I drive down the road and I see a homeless camp, when I see a fellow that I have seen for almost every year since I've been here, and he's started out as a young man with a beard and a backpack, and he's not very tall, but he used to be quite upright, and now he walks like this, and I still see him wandering about. I have no problems. And when I see stuff like that, I need to remember, and I'm just saying this so everyone can hear it, when I see something that I consider to be a problem, that is my soul saying, you're somebody. Do something. So I'm going to leave you with that thought. When I get down to my authentic self and I become vulnerable, what is mine to do? what is mine to do. And now I'm going to call Kathy Day back up to bless the offering, and then we'll have a. I also wanted to let everybody know, in case you can't see it, Mike and Carlene brought their albums with them. So if you'd like to take them home with you in your pocket, as opposed to, they have some things here that you might be interested in. So.
I am not only practitioner here, I'm also on the board, and I've been here almost 3 years. It'll be 3 years this summer. And I am eternally grateful for all the people who have given over all the 50 plus 3 years of this center so that it could be here when I moved into the area. And I'm just forever grateful. So I give via text because it's just really easy for me to do on my phone. If you need any assistance on how to do that, and so if I'm happy to help. It just makes it really easy for me. So I'd like you to just hold your gift in your hand, or your giving intention, whether that happens online or through text or through something in the basket. I know that I am blessed to participate in the circulation of life. I participate right now with this gift. I give this gift knowing that it goes out into the world to support this community, to support the greater community, to circulate in the world and return to me with abundance. I release, I let go, and I give joyously and fully. And so it is.
Everything in this world goes around, flowing with abundance, it knows no bounds. Giving and receiving, we circulate the love with gratitude and knowing there's always enough. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks with this offering. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks for everything. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks with this offering. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks for everything. Oh my God, you guys, can you do that? Can you just put your arms up like this, and we give thanks for everything. Everything. And you just feel it in your shoulder blades. That's how prosperity works. It just works right through us. And we are so blessed because we have another song by Mike and Carlene McCornack.
May this song be an antidote to certainty. Maybe you're looking too deeply. Maybe you're trying too hard. Maybe you'll find the solutions right in your own backyard, not so hard to see. Well, maybe you're bound but maybe you're free. Maybe you're someone that you didn't know you could be. There are many possibilities. Life doesn't pose like a picture. Maybe that's not what you planned. Maybe you need a companion to help you to understand. Reach out your hand, be free. To wander a meadow, worship the sea. Wander with someone, show them what you can be. There are many possibilities. Love never rode on a stallion. There's nobody finds a white knight. You'll have to fall in love many times before you might find someone right for you. And maybe you won't, but maybe you will. And maybe someone will lead you to your hill. There are many possibilities. You are not like many others. You don't betray your own mind. The people that try to get near you always say they find you're kind of like the wind. Perhaps one will catch you, but maybe not. But you will always wish you had been caught. That is just a possibility. There are many possibilities. Thank you.
We are. Well, it is the first Sunday in April. You know what we do on first Sundays? We celebrate birthdays. So, if you have an April birthday, will you please stand so we can celebrate you? Oh, come on, in this whole room, nobody has an April birthday? I know this Centers has got some Aries. Come on. All right. Those of you at home who have April birthdays, we're singing this for you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, everybody. Happy birthday to you. God is blessing you now. God is blessing you now. God is blessing you. You are wonderful. God is blessing you now. Well, I have it on good authority that Michelle is back there and made coffee and tea, and there's some donut holes if you would like to have a little bit of sweet before you go home and a chance to chat and visit with people. This Tuesday, that's this coming Tuesday, the Men's Coffee meets, as always, at Fifth Street Market at Alon Brothers Coffee Shop. They've been averaging 6 or 7 people each week, and it really comes out to a nice group and a nice discussion. So if you can be there, please head out on over to Alon Brothers Coffee. It's from 10 to about 11:30, I think they meet before the lunch hour gets going. About noon, okay. One of our stalwarts said noon. They just go till they're done. How's that? You know, from 10 o'clock till they're done. And then weekly, our Wednesday gathering is at 6:30 here for 1 hour in the center. It's a small group, completely different kind of style than this. There's sharing, chanting, meditation, talking, community group thing, but it's really, really a midweek pick-me-up. And that's Reverend Donna and Reverend Linda. I want to thank Reverend Trish and Kathy Day for covering it last week while Donna and Linda were at Sister Spirit, which is where they are now, but they'll be home tomorrow, and they'll be here Wednesday for the Wednesday gathering. And I just lost my... So, our anniversary banquet is coming up, and that, I talked about the 50+3, that is May 19th. Tickets are $50. We're going to be set up. It's all going to be in here. We're going to have big round tables for everybody to sit at. There's going to be a buffet in the foyer. There will be music with Matt and Haley. There will be speakers. We're going to celebrate what was and imagine what could be. It's $50 a person, and there's going to be a silent auction that Kathy Day is gathering stuff for. So if you have something that you think might be a good donation to the offering, please let we're not doing white elephant stuff. We're doing nice quality stuff, like I said, and we're still kind of hoping that somebody's got a BRB membership or some sort of a thing they could give to let people stay someplace for, like at the coast or up in the mountains. If you've got something like that, you timeshare. That's what I'm looking for. And we're looking for volunteers to help with that. If you have any ability to help with setup or takedown, please let us know. And then on June 2nd through the 4th, Christy Snow and Jack Fowler are going to be here for the community retreat. It's going to be a fabulous, fabulous time together. I look forward to having each and every one of you there that can be there. It's a rich and wondrous experience. We're limited to 50 there. We have people coming from Salem and from some other places to be part of this because, well, being around Christy and Jack is just a really good thing. And being at the river, even if Christy and Jack weren't there, just being at the river for 2 nights is worth it. So anyway, yeah. In 2 weeks, we might extend it to Sunday the 16th just to be nice. But the early bird pricing ends then, and it goes up to $300. So make your reservation now, and you'll save a little money. Our book boutique, there's stuff in there, and these are. I don't have one on my phone, but that attachment thing that you put on the back of your phone that makes, we have 3 of these things with a Science of Mind symbol on it. And if any of you would like one that kind of is advertised, and people will look at it and say, what is that? And then you could explain to them. So, and there's books and other good things, and many opportunities for service, including helping with the bookstore and helping with the anniversary party. Would really love to have your help with the anniversary party. And then we want to thank Tricia Vowles for the amazing, Ellen got her together, but the artwork here is just absolutely amazing. Just wander around. You could do a meditation on any one of the paintings. They're just fabulous. So be sure you enjoy that. And I'll have Kathy come up and talk about the practitioners, and then we'll sing our closing song today. And then we have donut holes. Woohoo!
Well, those of you who have come here before, you know we have a fantastic group of practitioners. And practitioners are people who have trained for multiple years to invoke prayer for other people and for ourselves. And so we offer this service at the end of each service that we do, to pray for you in whatever you feel needs praying for. And I put together like a little checklist the other day of like things you could ask for prayer for. Like you could ask for prayer for greater harmony or peace of mind, or, you know, it doesn't have to like be, sore ankle or, big drama. I mean, certainly we love to pray for you for those, but it can also be for greater. Just for peace, for joy, for health and well-being and stuff. So I'd like our practitioners that are here today to stand up and introduce yourselves. We'll start. Oh, okay. And I'm Kathy Day, and I'll be up here after the service if you require treatment. And we're happy to help. Now we're ready for the final song.
Three, two, one. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing's gonna be alright. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing's gonna be alright. Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. Three little birds outside my window, doorstep, singing sweet songs, a melody pure and true, singing, this is my message to you. Singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing's gonna be alright. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause everything is already alright.
Way to go, Mo.
Every little thing
It's gonna be all right.
is gonna be alright.
And so it is.
And so it is.